Gosha's idea, an erasable wall coating you could write on over and over, was so audacious, so unheard of, you could practically see Benjamin Moore spinning in his grave. But it would take more than 5 years to turn his idea into paint. IdeaPaint.
The tough thing is you've got to have a paint that air dries into a really hard surface that works with every marker.
A simple concept, but it took truly complex chemistry to find the right mix.
I remember our party line back then always was, well, if you can land a man on the moon, we can clearly make a paint where you can wipe markers off.
Newman and Avalon say the U.S. whiteboard market is a $1 billion industry. IdeaPaint had to be better than a whiteboard.
Dry erase should erase, but when you look at the majority of whiteboards, they look ghosted and shadowed and stained.
After they graduated in 2006, Avalon and Newman signed on to work with Gosha. But there was still no product, and at times, no salary.
Right after I came on board, the second lab said that IdeaPaint was impossible to develop.
It's one of the products we had. It worked at first use, and after a short amount of time, the entire thing was cracked and looked like a shattered window. We also experienced one version that went on the wall and looked great, and within a few weeks it all drooped and sagged. We were trying to get paint to do something that no one's ever had it do before.
By the spring of 2008, they were heavily in debt, but a lab in Michigan figured out how to mix a paint that needs only one coat and a week to dry before it wipes totally smudgelessly clean.
We set high expectations. We only wanted to put something out there that we thought people were going to absolutely love.
We knew we only had one shot at it. We thought that once we got the idea out to the market, everybody else would kind of pick up on it. You might have another couple people with Me Too products.
After 6 years, it took only 4 days in the spring of 2008 to complete the product, sign a national distributor, and secure their first round of financing. To launch, they covered 3,000 square feet with IdeaPaint at a national trade show.
Everybody would go up to the wall, and they'd wipe their finger through marks on the wall, and they'd say, "Oh my God, I can't believe how well it erases."
The coolest thing when you're out on customer calls is being able to show people how well the product actually works. It always gets a wow out of the customer.
Wowing architects is great when they're building, but the recession in 2009 turned IdeaPaint on to budget-minded school systems.
So what happens if I don't put that zero?
I was just in Alaska repainting a school district with them, and they were about to throw away all the chalkboards in a school to put up new whiteboards. We saved them, they figured out, about 65% versus if they had bought new whiteboards.
And IdeaPaint can turn any smooth surface, like desks and tabletops, into the good old drawing board.
We are 100% changing the business of whiteboards. We're selling dynamic environments. I think we've defined and are still defining an entirely new marketplace, which, yes, competes with whiteboards, but expands on it drastically.
And expansion is what IdeaPaint is all about now. Avalon says IdeaPaint's 2009 sales figures topped $2 million. In 2010, he says they approached $15 million. After reinventing paint, the future, it seems, is boundless.